I'm Matt, and I play bass for American Attitude. I've been playing the bass since I was in about 4th grade, 3rd grade or 4th grade, somewhere in there. Can't remember that far back. I started playing violin initially in 2nd grade, but you know, that wasn't very cool, so I wanted to move on to something that was more fun. Everybody that I knew that was in music was already playing guitar, and I just didn't want to be another guitarist. And so I decided that I liked the power and the fact that the bass is down low, and you know, it adds kind of the floor to the music, so to speak. So I always liked that. So I think, I guess probably was 3rd grade. For Christmas, when I was in my 3rd grade year, I got a bass for Christmas, and it was great. So that's when I started playing. I think the first song I ever played was Smoke on the Water. Deep Purple, you know, it was 3 notes, 4 notes, and took everything I had to play them. Well, back then, gotta sort of think about it. I mean, I know who my influences were, but with only the radio that we had, that we listened to, my mom listened to whatever was the pop radio station at the time. My brother listened to rock, but I didn't hear it all that often. So I was probably exposed to the pop stuff more often. And to be honest with you, the first bass player that I latched onto was John Taylor from Duran Duran. The guy could actually play the bass, and he did quite a bit. So I picked up all the slapping and popping techniques from trying to play Duran Duran. And I can't tell you how many sets of strings I went through trying to learn how to do it right, because you know, when you hook your whole hand around it and yank on it out to here, it breaks strings. So once I learned to finesse it a little bit, that's how I got there. As I got a little bit older and moved into rock, I started playing a lot more Motley Crue and Rat and stuff like that. So, you know, Nikki Sixx and Juan Cruiser and those guys. That's where I learned the blues scales, and I still to this day sort of incorporate that blues scale in my playing. In 2008, I went to a party with a few friends that were in the squadron that I was in, and had mentioned to them that I was getting the itch to play again. So I hadn't been in a band for a while. And they had mentioned that on the website jacksbands.com there was an all-military band looking for a bass player. So I thought, well, you know, that'd be pretty cool. Let me give them a call and see what I can find out. So I think I sent them an email, and you know, I didn't hear back from them for a first week or so. I'm not really sure what was going on with that, but so I sent them another email and said that I really wanted to get the chance to try out for the band and see what could come of it. And the interesting part of that is that I hadn't talked to any other bands in Jacksonville about playing. Just kind of a thought that I wanted to play again, and they were the first guys that I called, and it worked out better than I think anybody expected it to. Well, for me, one of the coolest moments of playing was the first time that we got on stage in front of more than 5 or 10 people. For me, the cool part about playing is being on the stage and looking out at kind of a sea of people standing out there. So anytime I can get on stage and play is better than not playing at all, of course. But the more people that are there, I really feed off the energy that I get coming from the crowd. So I think the first time that we played the Freebird live here in Jacksonville, there was quite a few people there. It's a big stage with a great PA. Being able to feel Mark's kick drum and my bass thump through the stage, because the subwoofers are laid up underneath the stage, was really a cool experience. So that was really fun. I enjoyed that. And then, of course, the amazing opportunity we had to go out to Vegas. That was really cool, just because it really gave us the rock star experience. You know, we flew out to Vegas to play a show, spent a couple of days out there, rehearsed, worked pretty hard to make that show come together, and it went off without a hitch. Really a good show. So those are probably the 2 greatest experiences that I've had so far. 300 expensive cars. No. Well, yeah, not really. I really would like the experience of sharing our musical ideas with everybody in the world that wants to listen to them. I really would like the opportunity to entertain people, as many people as possible. I think we're really a good band. there's a million bands out there that you hear, and a lot of them these days are one-hit wonders because of the way people buy music on iTunes, one song at a time. That's changed a lot in the last couple of years, and I think that's really gone to promoting bands to selling one song here, one song there. It makes a lot of bands be one-hit wonders. I really hope we get the opportunity to play a lot of music in front of a lot of people everywhere in the world. As much for our experience as for everybody else's experience. As a musician, being able to lay my ideas out there for other people to hear is really rewarding. But just everything that goes along with it. Traveling the world to play music. I think every one of us will say that playing music is what they enjoy doing as much as anything else, and that'd be a great way to spend the rest of my life. Earning a living, making money, doing that, making people happy. I think the biggest advice anybody can give another bass player is to open up your ears and listen to everybody else that you're playing with. What you're doing is great, and when you sit in your own room on a chair or your couch and you play, then that's your time to really hear yourself and develop your own technique. But when you're playing with other people, don't listen to yourself, listen to everybody else, especially your drummer. You and the drummer create the pocket for everybody else to wrap themselves around. And if there's not a big, fat, deep pocket that bolts the rest of the band down, then it's just going to fall apart. It's not going to sound solid. If you want a really good, solid groove, which is what the bass player is supposed to do, you've got to listen to your drummer. You guys are awesome. Cool. I can't wait to see everybody on the road, and wherever it is that you live, wherever you're watching this from, I can't wait to come to your town and play for you and meet you in person, and hopefully we can make everybody happy.